So I just want to say immediately before the episode even starts that I'm going to end up promising in the episode that we're gonna have like just deputy drama in the next one and stuff. And we are not. The next episode is actually going to end up being a time skip episode where I kind of just sum up what happens over a time skip of like a year or a year and a half or 2 years, something like that. And the reason for this is I'm getting kind of a little burned out with the current story. I'm going to, like I said, do a time skip because that should kind of put enough distance and make things fresh enough that it should still be interesting for me, and also because things will have changed inexplicably, it should allow me to actually do what I've been bothered about not being able to do with storytelling. So I hope you guys aren't too upset about this. Right, Blotchstar is grateful to Storktuft for becoming a medicine cat, and it seems like she's doing good with that. Flicker Needle wants to go on a hunting patrol, and Flicker Needle and Blotchstar do also have a lot of issues with each other. And that's something that I've kind of forgotten to keep an eye on, so that's one thing for me to write down. Hold on. Alright, yeah, so that's it's something I need to keep in mind. And they are close to Moonstem now. But also a little jealous of him for some reason. I'm not sure why. Mickey Mask is helping organize herbs. That's nice. You do have a strong connection to Stark. Oh, you're a medicine cat, right? So, you're not helping organize the herbs. You are organizing the herbs. Storktuft is looking forward to the Half Moon meeting. Lilyjay almost shocked in her prey. Whisker is offering to lead the patrol, so it looks like he is now, instead of doing nefarious things like he would, ever since Paddleheart died, it does seem like he has taken an effort to, he's making an effort to do what she decided to do and try to become leader with like actual fair means. Though I don't know how to tell you this, Whisker, but if you don't become deputy within if you don't become leader within the next 4 moons, you're not gonna get a chance to. So maybe at this point he just wants to have a good position in the clan. And Pansy Shadow is reinforcing the camp with brambles. Milkstripe is once of all. Chiefang. Yeah, I'm still not quite sure what Lilyjay keeps doing to make everyone dislike her so much, but it is a fact that she does not get along with over half the clan. Moonstab is playing hide and seek. Alright, Soft Spirit and Dewy Blink we definitely need to keep an eye on. Why do you want to go on patrol with Pansy Shadow, and why do you think you're gonna go on patrol with Pansy Shadow? So, yeah, I guess if she's even setting kittens off, then she must behave in a way that's just unpleasant. The other kid is feeling underappreciated. Alright. Whisker believes he's meant for something greater, right? That's up. When Clan Queen decides to leave, you know what I'm saying. Ivy Splash takes them in as his own. I kind of wonder if maybe Ivy Splash was kind of hoping that these new kittens would get adopted by Dewy Blink and Soft Spirit, but it doesn't really look like they want that. So, wait, why? What happened? What happened to Tiny Paw's litter mate? What? How did Tiny Paw's huh? What happened to? Oh, I guess he just died. Okay, we'll see what happened there. But um, yeah, I kind of wonder if Ivy Splash took them in and thought like maybe you guys could adopt them to kind of distract yourselves a little bit, but they were like no, and instead it looks like Soft Spirit decided to take on an apprentice, which is still kind of in the same vein but isn't quite as reminiscent, so probably not as painful for him. And so Ivy Splash were like, fine, I guess these are my children now, that's fine, I'm a responsible cat. He is, yeah, he's righteous, so he would absolutely take those kittens in, regardless of if he had someone to give them to. And so if he has to now have these 3 kittens and raise them, he's willing to do that. And so poor Goosepaw, what happened to Goosepaw? Oh! Flickering Needle has gotten yellow cough. That's not good. Lilyjay and Goosepaw die after freezing from a snowstorm. Well, I guess we'll never find out what Lilyjay did to make like everyone and their grandma dislike her so much. And poor Goosepaw as well. And poor Pansy Shadow too. She just keeps losing people that she loves. Pond Kid has gone green cough. Fantastic! Now, can't wait to have a repeat of what was her name? Seed Kit. Yeah, Blotchstar was really close to Lilyjay as well. Blotchstar also lost a lot of people too, and it looks like everything is a little bit too much because yeah, losing a little kitten, and then losing Small Strike, and then losing Lilyjay and Goosepaw. Yeah, no wonder she's not taking it well. Oh yeah, that's his father, right? I forgot. Oh goodness. I mean, at least Jifeng is trying to stay optimistic, and he kind of has to for his other child. I guess let's see everyone's stats, and then we'll see the relationships. Oh, goodness. Let's see what the Starkling kids are thinking. He felt just being goofy. Winetooth is, I guess, comforting the new arrivals. Sootfoot, I mean, you kind of got your wish, no? But I'm guessing she wants to comfort poor Pansy Shadow. Muddleheart is getting along with Leafbare. That's good. And I mean, her children, well, no, she just got her little grandkid in here. But her Thrush Spot is wildly successful, at least. Small Strike is thinking of advice to give to a medicine cat. Lilyjay wants to be chosen as the new deputy. I'm not really sure how to take that. I wonder if Lilyjay kind of also thought, I would have to double check some relationships, but I wonder if Lilyjay also kind of thought that she would have been a better deputy than Flickering Needle. She might actually be right on that too. But nothing we can do now. And Goosepaw is refusing to follow his mentor's recent orders because they are conflicting with with her morals. Who was your mentor, Goosepaw? I think it's not gonna tell us. So I'm just going to assume that it was Lilyjay and the two of you went out together and died together. Tough Claw is wishing she was still alive. You lived for a really long time, girl. But I mean, you know, it's never quite enough, is it? Poor little seed kid is missing her parents and probably also the other two kittens that she was close with. But hey, at least you have your grandma here. Poor Goosepaw doesn't have any of his family. I guess. No, that was a different cat, so no. Alright. So now these Blushta wants to share tongues with G-Fang. Probably right, her and G-Fang are the ones that are really upset, so makes sense that they would want to spend time together. Flipping Needle's kind of just looking around because they're sick and can't go out, so they're just trying to entertain themselves. Nikki Mask just wants a frog. Storkstaff is hearing the voices of Starkling cats, so maybe something's gonna happen. I haven't really involved Starkling enough, maybe. So, yeah. Rotwhisker is wondering if Tough Claw is doing well in StarClan. You know, that we never did do anything with that storyline of if or not Tough Claw was actually murdered. It didn't really say what she died from. I'm going to assume that she probably just fell a little bit and it was too much for her old buddy. But there is technically a possibility that it was little Roddy here doing something. But also, there's not really much reason for him to do it after she retired, so maybe he kind of in retrospect feels bad for thinking that she was a bad leader. Pansy Shadow wants to have kids. You might want to ask HedgeClan for more then. Milkscribe is just gonna go to the dirt place. Omnipelt is catching a rabbit. What happened to Jeep thing? Is he just, yeah, he's just upset, okay. Winston is still being childish. Soft Spirit is in the medicine den as well. Probably because there's another kitten that's sick and he's probably really worried about that. Yeah, Dewey Blink is kind of trying to put himself back together. Thrash Spot is being good. I think we were saying before that Almond Pelt was doing really good and that maybe she could become deputy. If Almond Pelt ever becomes leader, maybe Thrash Spot could be her deputy. The only thing is Thrash Spot so far doesn't have a super big relationship with Ivy Splash at all. And she has been kind of a disaster. She had a crush on Storktaft. Now she has a crush on her brother's husband. Badgerpelt is gossiping. And probably still has his brother. Yep. That's another thing that we need to figure out. He's jealous of Nikki Mask. Why? Not sure, but we'll, I guess, keep that in mind. But yeah, him and his brother just do not seem to get along. Badgerpelt just does not like Ivy Splash, even though I think Ivy Splash... Yeah, Ivy Splash definitely feels closer to him, and it does seem like he's trying to patch things up, but it's not really working. And now he has kittens. 3 little boys. Look at them. And he's helping gather herbs. Tawny Paw is helping me force the camp wall already. That's nice. Feather Kid is just rolling around. Gannet Kid is picking birds out of his belt. Gust Kid is looking around the camp with Wander. Alright, so they're not like kittens that need to be nursed. So Ivy Splash should be fine to go out and help with herbs. And which of the kittens is ill again? Is it one of the new ones? Oh, no wonder he's going out to gather herbs. It's one of his new babies that's sick. Our first Herochromia cat, I think. And we have Bouncy, Charming, and a Daydreamer. Pigeon Kid, Pond Kid, Gust Kid. Alright, so we are going to have you go help with herbs first. I don't know how helpful cobwebs actually are with green cloth. I would assume not at all, but hey, it's fine. Apparently Thrustpot is coming along. And so is Pansy Shadow, who probably does need a distraction as well. And also, didn't her friend Sootfoot die of green cough? Alright, so Pansy Shadow had some sort of vision. And I assume it was probably just like her friends visiting her, and she was like, do you think that's really them? Alright, who wanted to do what else? Almondpelt wanted to go hunting. Technically Moonstem did as well. Alright, I'm going to send these two to go hunting. Alright, you do need to go with your apprentice and just have a nice little training session, maybe. Aww. And then you guys can go border, maybe. Alright, maybe you guys shouldn't deal with the large dog. That seems dangerous for the two of you. It's funny that it's like this guy did come from another clan at least, but it's funny that it's all outsiders doing this. You need catmint for green cough, right? Do we have any? We have one. Yeah, we have one. All right. But did we use any already? Dewey Blink was given some time to calm down. Not calm down, I imagine he's not like exactly acting aggressively, but you know what I mean, to kind of at least temporarily numb the feelings so he can actually do stuff. They were struggling with herbs, collected some of that, alright. Lilyjay, you know, Lilyjay did have that episode of acting really petty to Sootfoot, so maybe that's just kind of how she is. She acts petty, she kind of... Yeah, and if she's petty, then she could say some mean things to people. without them deserving it at all. So maybe that's like they kind of realize that it's not necessarily malicious, but they still don't necessarily. Oh, most of them do, but they still don't necessarily like her. All of these kittens are, I think, trying to help Little Pond Kid because oh yeah, that was the two kittens that lost their little friend. Yeah, they're gonna be worried sick, of course. Tiny Paw, how are you doing with your mentor? Already your relationship is like better than Thrustspot had with her apprentice, but like I said, I think probably like a strictly professional relationship is what the two wanted from each other, so I don't think it's necessarily a problem in their case. Moonpaw wanted a parent. Right, Tiny Paw is of course close to her father and was close to Goosepaw. Also, apparently had some dislike and jealousy, but I mean, they're little kids, it makes sense. She is still close to Featherkit, very close to her father's, and she does not like Thrustspot. I think Thrustspot might be kind of strict actually to like apprentices and more grown kids, and for whatever reason doesn't like Pansy Shadow either. Is this mutual, by the way? It is. Pansy Shadow does have kind of a problem with outsiders. I've noticed she takes a while to like actually accept them. That is a thing that's negative about her. She's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's been this way ever since Rotwhisker joined. Some cats, Dewey Blink, to be fair, did escape a really bad situation. Rotwhisker supposedly did as well, but I think he was shifty enough that she could have doubted it. What was your... Yeah, I guess her and Lilyjay did end up kind of falling apart after Sootfoot's death somewhat. I think Lilyjay and Pansy Shadow, like, they were still there for each other, but they kind of, after what happened, did start to spend time with other people, I think. And we do see that Flickering Needle, she has a little bit of dislike towards, apparently some jealousy. Right, I guess Pansy Shadow at some point did also want to be deputy. Has Pansy Shadow never had an apprentice? Oh, no, Pansy Shadow has never had an apprentice. And maybe she's also jealous because Flickering Needle has a mate and could have kids. Storktuft, I have no idea what problem she has with Storktuft. She does also seem to have a problem with Ivy Splash and Tiny Paw, which is weird. I did write that down. Probably has, as I said, to do with her kind of dislike of outsiders. But Ivy Splash, I'm not sure. Right, Lilyjay and Storktuft were mentor and apprentice. I think they have like a decent relationship. Yeah, not super close, but acceptable. Flickering Needle's at least trying to be good with Bloodstar. Thrustspot said something's rubbed Soft Spirit the wrong way. Did she try to hit on him? Come on, Thrustspot. Why are all of these cats such disasters? Apparently Dewey Blink has a problem with the way that Featherkit is acting. Ivy Splash bickered with Pansy Shadow, so apparently that contributed to their poor relationship. Well, unfortunately, Featherkit, your budding romance with Goosekid is not gonna go anywhere. I am sorry to tell you that. Gannonkid is complaining about Pigeonkit. Jifei heard an ugly rumor about Flickering Needle. They've done a few things that could result in an ugly rumor. Yeah, Pansy Shadow was complaining about Tawny Paw. Apparently Goosepaw also had a problem with Tawny Paw. I guess it was one of those situations where siblings bicker all the time and don't really like each other, but then, you know, you don't realize what you're missing until they're dead. Milkstripe is chatting with Soft Spirit. That's that. Okay. How is your relationship with Jfang at the moment? Non-existent, alright. You dislike Stork Theft? And apparently a lot of people actually, but that's interesting. Why is that? You also kind of dislike Thrush Spot, so I guess even if Ivy Splash happened to be okay with it, she didn't like how distant Thrush Spot was as a mentor. And had she been given a different cat, a different apprentice, I definitely think it could have done some real damage. Actually, how is Badger Pelt's relationship with his mentor? Close to Ivy Splash, but not Badger Pelt. So Badger Pelt actually also didn't have a great relationship with his mentor. I think Bloodstar, can we think that maybe you're just bad at picking mentors and you're putting people together that don't want to be together and forcing them to like get along, and maybe you should stop that? I mean, it's a tradition continuing from Topstar, who did the same freaking thing, but maybe if we had a deputy I knew I could count on, Flicker Needle, then we could, and also if Flicker Needle makes Almond Belt deputy, can you imagine how people would react to that? But Bloodstar, you really need to think, because she doesn't seem to think very kindly of the way that her sons were treated as apprentices. It seems like Ivy Splash held no hard feelings because he already had so many friends and stuff, but Badger Pelt definitely was affected, and it's not great. Not sure what Storktev did still, but we are going to put another note down. Tuft and Blotch picking the worst mentors. There we go. Alright, because really, who in this clan has a good relationship with their mentor? Lilyjay and Storktuft were decent. That was a decent match, I think. I think their personalities aligned. Are you in any way close to Thrush Spot? Decently, but you also have a lot of dislike for her, and Thrush Spot also feels the same about you, so not really, no. So that wasn't great, and also you influenced her in a bad way and she became bloodthirsty. Almond Pelt was a bad case of an apprentice. Soft Spirit might end up being good just because he's kind of a thoughtful cat that thinks about these things, but Thrush Spot and Ivy Splash did not work out. And yeah, it's just these people do not know how to pick mentors. Alright, I think one more moon should be fine for this episode. And Little Tiny Pot is at the moment hanging out with the leader and deputy. Most of the kittens are in here. Jfang is helping out with the other kittens. This one is in the elders' den with no elders. Maybe he has pretty good relationships, but maybe he just wanted a little bit of a long time. Looks like the kittens love coming in here now. And this one's getting attention for being sick. Alright, I'm going to time skip and hopefully no one else goes and dies on me. Storktuft is caught breaking the warrior code. Huh. This time, unlike every other time before, I'm actually going to write that down and do something about it. Because as I said, I'm making efforts to improve and be a better storyteller. Nikki Mask has herbs, alright. Aww, Featherpie's being adorable. And Moonstem, that honestly doesn't sound like a bad match. Ganetpaw and G-Fang. Is that not Ganetpaw's father? Pansy Shadow has White Cuff. Fantastic. Oh god, I knew it. I knew it. Soft Spirit. He's just was kind of starting to feel better. Just. Oh, my goodness. And poor Ivy Splash. I wonder if Pansy Shadow is also going to die. Let's see what herbs Nikki Mask has, I guess. Ah, that's cute. How Gust Kid is doing. You can check. Alright, G-Fang is... Ganekit is not... Okay, Ganekit is not G-Fang's child. Alright. That's fine then. Let's see everyone's... Well, let's look at... Poor little Pond Kid. Poor little thing. Now let's look at these cats. Yeah, so it looks like Flicker Needle might end up becoming the leader soon. And maybe in the next episode we could focus less on everyone dying and being miserable and more on like the drama of how people feel about Flicker Needle as leader potentially, and who wants to be deputy and who Flicker Needle thinks should be deputy. That would be nice. Flicker Needle is thinking about Wine Tooth and is sick. Oh, with yellow cough. Maybe Flicker Needle is, after seeing all these people die of all these diseases, is thinking that maybe they're next. That would crush Almond Pelt if that happened. And maybe someone else. I'm sure there are other people that... Flicker Needle does really like Moonstem at the moment. I'm sure there are other people that would care. Nikki Mask is checking up on Gust Kit. Is there something wrong with Gust Kit that you're worried about? Yes, of course you're gonna go gathering herbs. Yeah, Rot Whisker, I don't know if you're going to become the deputy. I know you want to, but you're about to be an elder. You can't. I'm sorry. Pansy Shadow is feeling content, so she did have the desire to be deputy at one point, or at the very least was wondering how she would be as deputy, but at this point I think she's way too... Yeah, she doesn't really care about that. She's feeling content even though she has white cough, which kind of worries me because I wonder if she's thinking that if she's like accepting her death. That's not good. You still have kids that you want to raise, remember? Milkstripe is curious about other clans. Milkstripe is just a random guy that joined. Almond Pelt is being sneaky. G-Fang caught a huge rabbit, and I think... Okay, G-Fang can go out and should go out with Gannett Bomb. Moonstem wants to visit the medicine cat. Right, he definitely has... he definitely feels strongly about medicine cats because of Leaf Pelt. I think he's really close to Stork. Yep, he's really close to Stork Theft as well, so... It does make sense that he would want to continue visiting. Wow, he really gets along with Pansy Shadow. I love the two of them, by the way, like, as friends. I really like their friendship that they have. I think it works incredibly well, and just, it's lovely how they've been there for each other despite all the terrible things that have happened. He's also pretty close to Rotwhisker. Nowadays pretty close to Flicker Needle. And decently close to all the other cats that are sort of in his generation. Also pretty close to Ivy Splash. Doesn't like Mickey Mask though. I guess I will add that to the notes as well. Alright. Feeling lazy? Yes, of course you are. Yeah, they're both still not doing great. Thrashbot is doing great. And that's kind of a theme, isn't it? Everything sucks, but Thrashbot's fine. Badgerpelt is trying to, I guess, keep his niece's remaining ones, or not nieces, nephews, safe. Ivy Splash is feeling sassy. He's gonna be a little mean at the moment because he lost a child. Tawnypa had a very strange dream. Featherpie is apparently rethinking his life choices. You want Softclaw to tell you a new story? What? Alright, that's enough for this episode.